Good morning. I slept good last night. I hit my wall hard. I went to bed early. Slept pretty good. So this morning, I'm going to hang out in the tent for a while with Mr. Charlie. And once we get out, then we'll go get coffee, or we'll go make coffee, and then slowly start packing up. Caleb wants to be up by 8, so hopefully that means we're out of here by 9 or so. We'll see. I'm literally in my tent and looking out at this. It's just breathtaking. Good morning. We are about wrapped up at camp and we are heading back down Imogene Pass, getting into Ouray. Then we're going to shoot over to Telluride, jump on the Alpine Loop, and tonight we are hoping to camp at Animas Forks Ghost Town. Caleb's done a ton of research on it, and he's going to put out a really cool video based on what we've talked about in the notes. You're not going to want to miss it, but I am going to miss this camp spot. Take a look at all those wildflowers. And there's Caleb packing up.
Are you there, John?
I got a copy.
All right, I'm ready to roll.
I woke up that morning still in distraction mode. We had a long drive ahead of us to get to Animas Forks, and part of me was hoping it would be another day of just staying busy, focusing on the trail, the filming, learning from Caleb, anything to keep my mind from going too deep. But it didn't take long before I was reminded to stay present. Somewhere along that drive, with the mountains around us and the road stretching out ahead, I realized finally I had a little bit of distance from everything back home. Not healed, not past it, just a little space. And for the first time in a while, I was able to just sit in that.
This shit's kind of insane, I'll be honest. Looking down, it doesn't bother me per se, but when you know if you roll down the hill, yeah, I think it makes things a little bit more serious.
Filming in ways I'd never had before started to pull me out of the numbness, and I could feel my creativity starting to come back. I've noticed something over the years. When my PTSD starts creeping in, creativity is the first thing to go.
All right, there's Yankee Girl Cafe right there on the left.
All right, we are here in Ouray, and we're gonna eat at Yankee Girl Cafe. Both of us are pretty hungry this morning.
Yep. Yes. What breakfast are you getting?
I'm leaning towards biscuits and bacon.
Okay.
That just sounds.
See, it sounds phenomenal, and I bet it will be. I'm doing the traditional. Next stop is Telluride, and we're 105 from being there.
After an absolutely amazing breakfast, it wasn't too much longer and we were back on dirt.
Wow. Just wow. Down here. Last Dollar Road, you do not disappoint. I don't know why I'm thinking of this while I'm driving up Last Dollar Road. It's just a slow road. It's not maintained, but I was sitting here thinking about my PTSD and how last year I would have tried to rush, and it's like it was a race. This year is about going slow and appreciating things, and we haven't accomplished everything we've wanted to. Juice, I hang up. I think it's really interesting evaluating where I'm at now versus where I was at last year. So we're going up Last Dollar Road, and I'm comparing my off-roading this year compared to last year. Last year I was in a rush, and honestly I was probably pretty hard on my truck because I bounced along and I was learning my limits, but this time is different, and my PTSD makes me want to rush to just get there, because once I get there I feel safe, even though there is an unknown. So I don't know if any of that makes sense or not, but truly trying to slow down with PTSD is extremely difficult sometimes. And just like this road ahead, I could either just force myself and tear up my truck and everything else, or I can go slow. And honestly, slowing down is more enjoyable. I've had incredible conversations with Caleb because I'm brand new to creating content and having a channel and everything else, and I was able to bounce ideas off of him and tell him where I want to go with my channel. Now that I have that clarity on creating content and opening up and being more honest about my struggles, there was some freedom in that, but I want to present it so that people can understand. There's so many first responders and veterans out there who think that they're the only one who is going through this, that they're just weak, or whatever it is, whatever BS excuse it is. What we need is to surround ourselves with people and can accept us for who we are. But what I was getting at is I want to normalize men especially, but especially people with PTSD, not being treated as if they're crazy just because they have strong emotions. While in turn, it's also on us to try to regulate our emotions so we're not hurting others around us. But there's definitely a stigma when people hear that you have PTSD. They tend to treat you with kid gloves, and if you have any kind of emotion, it's not easy on them. It's not easy on us either, because we're trying to figure out our emotions. You know, with me, I was a cop for 24 years. That's all I knew. And in reality, I need to find out in my soul who I am. And that's why I'm doing these trips. And I'm grateful to have a guy like Caleb along. I'm along with him. He asked me to come for this first week in Colorado. And I'm grateful. He's been there. He's been a mentor to me. And getting to watch him work and us working together with cameras and stuff has been such a good lesson for me. So in this moment, I'm really grateful. We're going down, we've only gone 2.9 miles down Last Dollar Road, and I don't care if it takes all day. Whatever happens today, we'll deal with it. You're a badass.
right here. I need to reset the drone.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. I could look at this all day. Caleb, there's a herd of sheep up ahead of us on the trail. We're gonna have to let them pass. Straight in front of me, they're coming down the mountain. This is phenomenal. Okay. We have a herd of sheep, I think. They're too far away, but there are tons of them. Caleb's showing you right now with the drone, all of them coming down the mountain. And we're gonna have to go by them on the trail. This is so cool. I am beyond words at this point. This has been the most amazing trip I've ever had. With everything that's happened, me being slowed down to appreciate it. To the veterans and first responders out there, do the work. You can do it. You can have peace doing something, whether it's biking, swimming, reading, writing, doing something for you. Well, what are we gonna do? Dude, I'm gonna stop and interact with them. This is utterly amazing. Hi guys. I really want that one right now. Hi. There are hundreds of you. Hi. Hi. I need that one. Guys. Hi. Here. Here. There's more there. Here, I got food. I won't hurt you. I got food. Here. It's okay. It's okay. Look at all these. This is
I've never seen this, and I do this all the time.
we just came across them. There's a drone up in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you're the one I said was a badass.
Oh, thank
Like,
you.
we're doing this on 4-wheel drive. How far are you riding today?
It was gonna be 80 miles, but with the weather, I was gonna get into town and then go up to Bridal.
Can I film you?
Yeah.
80 miles?
80 miles.
Okay,
I
where'd
cut
you-
it a little short with the weather.
Where'd you start?
I started in town.
So,
And then I went all across Wilson Mesa, across there, and then down the Saw Pit, and then up here. So.
well, good job. Phenomenal.
Right now.
Phenomenal job. We're going to be in and out and stopping a bunch. So if you need water or snacks, we've got that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Guys, but I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah, this is amazing. How cool. All right. Human connection on the trail. Animal connection. I'm hurrying. Sorry. We had to capture that.
It's hard to stay down when something like that happens. That moment, being out there with them, it recharged me. It brought me joy. And joy is something that has been missing for a long time. That day, I was having fun, seeing things I'd never seen before. I just want to get as much of that route done for you as we can.
Yeah, man. I mean, I came out a week ahead of time because I wanted to see this. I wanted to shoot some stuff for my channel, so I didn't have to worry about that when I was focused on their stuff. Now we still got, plenty of time to get. I mean, I'm not worried about it. So whatever we gotta do, we can do.
I love it, man. This is part of the story, truly. We came out here to do these things and hit closures, and we've still had a hell of a good time. So, yeah, next stop, Telluride. All right, Steamies Burger Bar. How's that?
That's great.
All right, park in the middle.
That's crazy. I've never seen parking in the middle.
I haven't either until I came here last year, and it's kind of cool. Oh, this is super cool town, especially when you see the rocks or the mountains behind it.
Where am I going with it?
Do you want to give your card number to everybody?
Yes, exactly.
Yep. Getting my belly.
I already took the first bite, but this is a good burger. It needs to be highlighted.
While we were eating, we started talking about how far we still had to go to reach Animas Forks. And instead of forcing it, we decided to turn around and head back towards Last Dollar Road to find camp. Traveling and camping with someone else takes communication and flexibility, and I'm learning that when plans change, it doesn't have to be a problem. It doesn't have to turn into me pushing for hours just to stay on track. So we shifted, and not long after that, we found what we thought was the perfect camp spot.
So there's one right here on the left, but you gotta kind of drive up there, it circles around. And then there's the big one, which I would rather the big one for Charlie. Oh, and there's some old wooden walls or something.
There's that first one too. That's cool.
Bro, this is it. 100% this is it.
Out here, it really doesn't matter where you end up. In this part of Colorado, I always feel small, like I'm passing through something far bigger than me, at its mercy in a way. A reminder of how little control I really have. We didn't accomplish what we set out to do today, but we had a great time, and that's enough for today.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, July 23rd, and it's about 7:30 a.m. I do not want to get out of my tent. It's kind of chilly, and I've got my electric blanket going. It is so comfortable. We camped off Last Dollar Road this morning when Caleb's up. We have to figure out where we're going. Because with Ophir Pass closed, probably gonna have to take a lot of highway to get around because we want to go to Animas Forks in the next day or two. I'm hoping today. That way we can kind of end up back up north here by Ouray. It's a good morning. I slept good last night. There's a chill in the air, but we're gonna have a great day. We created so much awesome content yesterday. I learned a ton. So last night, before it got dark, this van decided to pull up and camp when there's many other camp spots around.
As I sat in my truck warming up, getting ready to journal, a hummingbird flew right through my truck. Watch this again.
That was cool. I got that on camera. Wow.
Maybe some people would call that coincidence, but my mom loved hummingbirds. And in that moment, I didn't see it as random. I felt like God was reminding me she's not as far away as it feels, and I missed her like hell. One of my favorite parts of the morning out here is making fresh ground beadlock coffee. It's from a small company out of Oregon, started by a guy who just wanted to combine his love for the outdoors and good coffee. And that's what I love about it. It's built for mornings exactly like this. That morning I kept reflecting on the day before, the views, the sheep, all of it. I've been writing down at least 3 things each day that I'm grateful for. I'm trying to train my brain to see the good again. But it wasn't long before we had some visitors in camp. Actually, we were the visitors. I'll explain that later.
So this dog showed up out of nowhere. Hi, baby. You hungry? Here you go.
I know what you're thinking, and you're right. That's a sheepdog. I didn't know it at the time, and I was actually really worried about it and was trying to post in a Colorado group to find its owner. But before I could even get it posted, I met a really nice guy named Ernie.
It's okay, buddy.
Those pull a big old trailer. Oh, were they? Right here. Wait, you'll see them.
No, sir.
Nope, they're pulling in here. How are you?
Oh, I got to put a sheep can here. Oh, one way. For this private property. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so.
You ready?
I'm ready when you are.
All right, let me pull up Onyx and we will head back to Telluride area. And then once we're down there, I can route us to Animas.
I thought we were going back to Ouray. We're going to Telluride?
No, I'm sorry. We're going back to Ouray.
Ernie explained that we had crossed the boundary without realizing it, and we're actually on private land. He'd been herding sheep out here for over 40 years, and they were getting ready to move a large group in. So we packed up and moved on. A good lesson to pay closer attention to the maps, and we were fortunate he handled it in the way he did. We stopped to air up our tires, and I met a guy out here who was cycling. He was curious about my truck and the name Healing Trails Overland, so I told him a little about my story. It was just a simple conversation, but it meant something. Human connection. Moments like that remind me there are a lot of good people out here, if I'm open to it.
Clear coming behind me.
I've always loved driving by the Telluride airport. There's a part of me that wonders, man, I wonder what it would be like to fly into a place like this. But honestly, I wouldn't trade this for anything. Sitting here, watching jets come in and out, that's enough for me.
So let's go ahead and pull over here and tear down, since we know we're going to be on this for a while.
After a quick air down, we set our sights on Animas Forks. We had a long way to go, but it was pretty easy driving. The views kept getting better, the air felt clean, and I felt lighter. Caleb put his drone up at the perfect time to capture the beauty around us. Little did we know, we had something pretty exciting just around the corner.
They're all pointing at something on the mountain across from them. I'll pull up and see what it is. All right, I'm curious, what's everybody staring at?
Cinnamon bear. It's in these trees right here.
Like straight across here?
Yeah, but elevated. It's
I see it.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, real shiny.
There's a bear, cinnamon bear up there to the right, about our 3 o'clock high.
So, I'll be honest, I'm pretty terrified of bears, and I don't know a whole lot about them. But what we saw up there, from a safe distance on that mountainside, was something special. A cinnamon phase black bear. Caleb was able to capture it on drone, and I got to watch it through binoculars, and then share that moment with others nearby.
Again, I am sitting here staring at a cinnamon bear up on the side of this mountain, and Caleb's got his drone up. He's trying to get a shot of it. There was a bunch of people stopped, and the trees were blocking the way, so I came up here further.
And then we met some wonderful people from Northwest Arkansas, right where Caleb's from. It's moments like that reminder of how small this world really is.
We had a bunch of Jeeps behind us, so we pulled over. Caleb's videoing the waterfall right now. I'm gonna walk down to the river, or creek, stream, gulch, whatever. This is just absolutely beautiful up here. There's a camp to our left.
As I got to Animas Forks Ghost Town, I was flagged down by a really nice guy named Nick. He was friends with the Backwood Adventure crew and also knew Caleb. Charlie got to run around while Nick and Caleb caught up, And before long, Nick pointed us back towards a camp spot we had passed on the way up. Now, I just had to get down there and hope it was still open. As I got close to the camp spot, I thought the Jeep in front of me was about to pull in, but it didn't. So I pulled in and it was open, and we ended up with an incredible camp just below Animas Forks. It honestly felt like a blessing. And not long after, we headed back up to the ghost town so Caleb could film his episode.
We are here at Animas Forks, and we have thoroughly explored this. I have to tell you, when you go to watch information on Animas Forks, you got to go look at Baker Overland's video. I've listened to him do all the voiceovers, all the research. It's going to be a phenomenal episode.
When I walked through Animas Forks, I found myself trying to imagine what life was like out here. The people who came here risked everything, facing harsh conditions, isolation, a life that couldn't have been easy. And I kept wondering, what would make someone come all the way out here? What were they chasing? And somewhere in that, I realized, maybe it's the same thing I am.
I am tired. I've hiked all around Animas Forks and done all the B-roll for Caleb. I've listened to Caleb do his voiceovers, and it sounds phenomenal. I'm excited to see the episode, and I'm here. We are going to be done soon. He's going to fly his drone, and then we're going to ride back down to camp. Mosquitoes. We're going to ride back down to camp and cook dinner, hang out.
As the day came to an end, I found myself thinking about everything we'd experienced. The trail, the people, the moments I didn't expect. And I realized something. I had come out here looking for something. I'm still not exactly sure what that is, but I think I'm starting to understand that maybe it's not about finding it. Maybe it's about being willing to go, to get uncomfortable, to slow down, to pay attention, and to trust that whatever I'm searching for, I'll find pieces of it along the way. Thank you for watching my healing trail. I'll see you in the next episode.